टू दिस चैनल। हम लोग अपनी ये करते हैं बुक द वर्स्ट सोइंग। यहाँ पे चैप्टर नंबर 1 है द वन थिंग नीडफुल। यहाँ पे मैं आपको रीडिंग करवाती हूँ कि नो व्हाट आई वांट इज फैक्ट्स, टीच दिस बॉयज एंड गर्ल्स नथिंग बट फैक्ट्स, facts alone are wanted in life, plant and nothing else, and root out everything else. You can only from the mind of the reasoning animals upon facts. Nothing else but ever be of any serves to them. This is the principle on which I bring up my own child, and this is the principle on which I bring up this child. Strict to facts, facts, sir. The scene was a plain, bare, monotonous vault of a schoolroom. At the speaker's square forefinger emphasized his observation by underscoring every sentence with a line on the schoolmaster's sleeve. The emphasis was helped by the speaker's square all well of a forehead, which had his eyebrows of its base, while his eyes found commodious corridors in two dark caves, overshadowed by the well. The emphasis was helped by speaker mouth, which was wide, thin, and hard set. The emphasis was helped by the speaker's voice, which was inflexible, dry, and dictatorial. The emphasis by help by the speaker's hair, which bristles on the streets of his red head, a plantation of freeze to keep the wine from its shiny surface, all covered with combs like the crust of a plain pie, as if the head had scored warehouse room from the hard facts stored inside the speaker's austerity carriage, coat, square legs, square shoulders, nay, his very neckcloth trained to take him by the throat with our unaccommodating grabs, like a sudden effect as it was all help the assumptions emphasizes. In this life, we want nothing but facts, sir. Nothing but facts. The speaker and the schoolmaster and the third ground person present are backed a little and swept with their eye the included plane of little vessels then, and these arranged in order, ready to have empirical gallons of facts poured into them until they were full of the prime. नेक्स्ट इसमें चैप्टर नंबर 2 ये है मर्डरिंग द इनोसेंट्स। इसमें है थॉम्स गार्ड ब्राइन है, ये सर है। अ मैन ऑफ रियलिटी, ये एक मैन ऑफ रियलिटी है। अ मैन ऑफ फैक्ट्स एंड कैलकुलेशंस, अ मैन हु परसीड अपॉन द प्रिंसिपल्स दैट टू और टू आर फोर एंड नथिंग ओवर विच इज़ नॉट टू बी लाइक इनटू talked into for allowing for anything or Thomas Grad sir from Prim, Primply Thomas Gradgrid with a rule and a pair of scales and the multiplication tables allow always in his pocket, sir, ready to weigh and measure any parcel of human nature and keep and tell you exact what it comes to. It is a it is mere question of figures, a case of simple arithmetic. You might hope to catch some other non-secret beliefs into the head of George or Aristian or John or Joseph, but into the head of Thomas Great, not sir. In this term, Mr. Gradgrind always mentally introduced himself whether to his private circle of architects or to public in journal in such terms. No doubt, no sublimation, the void boys and girls, oh sir. Thomas Gray no presence presented Thomas Grader to the title pictures before him who were to be felt so full of facts. Indeed, as the Wrigley sparkled at them from the colleagues before monetized mentioned. He streamed a kind of cannon loaded to missile with facts and prepared to blow them clear out the region of childhood at one discharge. He seemed a galvanizing apparatus to charge with a क्या है? Mechanical subtrain for the tender young imagination that were too stormed away. Like a girls number 20, said Mr. Gardner squarely not, pointing with his square forefinger. I don't know that girl. Who is that girl? Seriously, Cece Juicer explained 20 number blushing, stand up and choristering. Sister is not a name, said Mr. Grant. Don't call yourself sister. Call yourself Cecilia. It's further as call me Cece, sir, turned the younger girl in the trembling voice and with another courtesy. Then he was not his then he has no business to do it, Mr. Gardgrind. Tell him he must not. Cecilia Jupe, let me see what is your father. He belonged to the house reading it, you please, sir. If you please, sir. Mr. Garner and wave of the objectivable calling with his hand. और फिर उसके बाद आता है who don't want to know anything about that her you must not telling about that where your father brings house don't hear if you please sir when they can get any to break they do break horses in the ring sir